So I saw that Stephanie Jenkins made a video and I really couldn't even watch it. I just, it was so boring. I just read the caption. It said 228 days in the motel, creeping up on 365, which is a whole year. So, meaning that she is creeping up on being in that motel for a whole year. Which I'm sure we all knew that, but right when I saw that, I was like, she's just trying to get us to like talk and react to it and just say stuff, like get her more money. Like she's all in it for the money. Like she don't care about her kids, she don't care about their well-being, about their safety, their privacy, nothing. She's just in it for the money. It's ridiculous because I know those kids are going to spend Christmas in the motel, period.
If you thought the Stephanie Jenkins drama had already hit rock bottom, think again. Because what just surfaced online might be the most chilling and chaotic turn yet. The internet can't stop talking about this fiasco, and every new post feels like peeling back another layer of something way darker than anyone expected. People aren't calling it drama anymore. They're calling it a disaster unraveling in real time. Let's start with the moment that set the whole thing off. A single screenshot, yes, just one, taken from Stephanie's new video has blown up across every corner of the internet. At first, viewers thought they were seeing things. It looked like a typical bathroom scene, toothbrushes and a cup by the sink. Nothing strange, right? But then came the detail that made the entire internet stop in its tracks. Right beside those toothbrushes was what appeared to be a small blade and a little blue baggie with a suspicious white residue inside it. Within minutes, that freeze frame spread like wildfire. TikTok detectives were zooming in, pausing, enhancing, comparing, some even pulling up Reddit threads with side-by-sides of similar materials. Lives went live, threads exploded, and social media basically entered panic mode. The reaction was instant. People weren't just shocked, they were horrified. The comment section went from casual chatter to a digital riot. No way she posted this. What am I even looking at? This cannot be real. It was total chaos. What really sent everyone spiraling was how casually this was filmed. This wasn't a behind-the-scenes leak. This was content uploaded publicly by Stephanie herself. People kept asking, how do you film this, edit this, and still hit post? It made no sense. Even worse, the items were clearly sitting right next to her children's toothbrushes, something that turned people's shock into genuine disgust and fear. Now, here's where things take a darker twist. For months, Stephanie and Andrew have insisted that they only use MJ to relax. Nothing wild, nothing dangerous. But this new image, it doesn't match that story. Fans and even former supporters are convinced something stronger is in the mix. Something that could explain all those bizarre, erratic behaviors that everyone's been noticing lately. Let's not forget the recent live stream where Stephanie looked jittery, pacing back and forth like she couldn't sit still, mumbling under her breath about bad vibes. At the time, people laughed it off.
Exactly, the math ain't mathin'. This was caught from Drew and Steph's recent live.
There's nothing for me to get clean on. I've been clean for almost 8 years.
Drew, you've been clean how much time? So this just proves that they were lying, and all my research was for a good cause. Stephanie just said Drew was going on 6 years clean, and all of a sudden Drew's 8 years clean, right? That was in April 14th, and this was just a few days ago. Pass it on to your friends and family, because listen, obviously an active drug use, and they should not be with their kids. They should not have their kids. So they need to go to treatment. This needs to get solved, because this is not okay. This should be the main focus, nothing else at this point. When you're clean, you know your sober date. You're not gonna mess it up by 2 years. I'm not happy because I'm like, yes, I'm right, that they relapse. That's not what this is about. People need to stop sending the money.
Is that possibly a blade? That?
Time and time again, we've seen it before. We knew they was doing rugs, but now you can see it clear. That lady was spot on, because I seen the razor. I talked about the razor, the blade, but I did not know anything about the baggie. I did not catch the little blue baggie. Yes, paraphernalia in reach of the children. Everybody uses that bathroom. Everybody got access. That's very negligent, very unfit. And they definitely need to get them babies out of that hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, shelter, whatever you want to call it. Them parents are not parenting at this time. And that's exactly what's been going on in a motel, Holiday Inn, shelter. Because if I would have had the virality, if I would have taken off, blew up as a mother, 5, family, 7, my family would never be in a hotel for over 569 days like we are right now. I would have took my first $2,000-$3,000 put down on a place already. I would have already had a big car. I would have already been doing something productive.
So the Resilient Jenkins posted a cleaning video the other day, and people noticed some very concerning things, so let's talk about it. Now, in this cleaning video, Drew is in the bathroom picking stuff up, and you can clearly see a razor blade and some other things. Now, from the live streams, they have made it very clear that they go into the bathroom to do things. Stephanie taking her purse into the bathroom and being in there for quite a while, and then them switching off. Drew goes in the bathroom and she takes over the live. If you want to see what I'm talking about, though, I will upload the pictures to my Snap, and I'll have my Snap somewhere on the screen. I feel like on TikTok I have to be so like friendly on here. I feel like I can speak my mind more on the matter there without being flagged.
But now everyone's pulling those clips back up and watching them with brand new eyes. And suddenly, it's not so funny anymore. It's unsettling. The mood swings, the random bursts of energy, the chaotic late-night videos, they're all painting a much darker picture. And with kids in the house, the internet isn't taking this lightly. Comment sections are flooded with calls for someone, anyone, to step in. One user wrote, "I don't even want to gossip anymore. This looks serious." Another said, "How are they allowed to post this without realizing the risk?" And then there's the bigger question everyone's asking. Was this all an accident? Or are Stephanie and Andrew so deep in their own chaos that they don't even notice what's happening around them anymore? It's the kind of situation that makes you pause mid-scroll and wonder if you're watching a slow-motion downfall play out in front of millions. Still, amidst all the confusion, one thing's certain: the internet is not letting this go. Every few hours, a new theory or angle pops up. People are comparing parallels from old clips, analyzing backgrounds, catching strange hand movements, even tracking timestamps from their lives. The deeper fans dig, the more connections they seem to find. And now it's becoming more than gossip. It's becoming a full-blown online investigation. People online couldn't believe what they were seeing. These kids are all under 10, for crying out loud. And that kind of carelessness, it's terrifying. The idea that something dangerous could be within arm's reach of a toddler had viewers panicking and angry at the same time. One commenter summed up the mood perfectly. At this point, it's not scandal, it's straight-up neglect. What's making this even more unbelievable is that CPS is already aware of the Jenkins family. They've been under the radar for months, so how on earth does something like this still happen? How do you keep making these mistakes when child protection services are already watching your every move? It's like they're daring fate, testing just how far they can push before something irreversible happens. People are asking, do they not care at all? Because even if Stephanie wanted to throw her own reputation out the window, the least she could do is protect her kids, lock things up, hide them, do literally anything other than filming the evidence and uploading it online for millions to see. The fact that she didn't even try says everything. Viewers are calling it out as total recklessness, some even saying it shows she's emotionally detached from her role as a mother entirely. And it's not even the first time. Fans have tracked multiple incidents where Stephanie casually left sharp or dangerous objects lying around within reach of her toddlers. There was the infamous knife on the floor moment everyone remembers right before she bought that playpen for the baby. Then came the scissors, just sitting there, again where little ones could easily grab them. It's like she forgets she has kids, or worse, just doesn't care enough to think about it. At this point, people aren't calling it coincidence, they're calling it a pattern. Neglect, carelessness, and a shocking lack of basic responsibility. But here's where it gets even heavier.
So I saw this comment. My tongue's blue. Ignore that. So I saw this comment talking about Violet's nickname for Atlas. And this isn't anything against the commenter at all whatsoever. I just wanted to use this comment to address this. I think people are like pretty confused about, there's like a difference between attacking the children and using what's happening to the children to point out what Stephanie is doing to them. So calling him Afterthought Atlas, that isn't a dig at him. That's a dig at Stephanie. It's very, very clear that Stephanie neglects him the most and ignores him so much. I mean, the poor kid doesn't even, she never lets him wear shoes. Like, it's just really sad. It's very clear that he's an afterthought. If you go back in Stephanie's content, you will see that Atlas was like the center of her life. And then as soon as Manova was born, he was like shoved to the side. So people do this a lot with stuff in general regarding like Violet showing Addie's behavior in this video. People are using it as an attack on Addie. That's not true. She's pointing out the way that Stephanie has raised them. There's a huge difference between the two. Of course, Addie doesn't really know good and bad when she's only been taught bad. So Violet's just pointing that out. So people need to understand that we're pointing out what Stephanie has done to these kids. We're not criticizing the children. There's a huge difference.
Because the problem isn't just about unsafe objects or substances anymore. The real storm is what people are noticing and how Stephanie actually speaks to her children. This is the part that hits different. It's the kind of footage that doesn't just make you gasp, it kind of stays with you, lingering long after you've swiped past the clip. Her tone, her energy, viewers say it's cold, tense, and unsettling. There's no warmth, no patience, no softness in her voice. It's like the air shifts when she starts speaking. You can literally feel the tension through the screen. The kids freeze up instantly, their little bodies stiffen, and it's like they've learned to read their mom the way most people read weather forecasts. They can tell when the storm is coming. People in the comments have started saying it outright. Those kids aren't being taught how to feel safe, they're being taught how to survive her moods. And that's what really breaks everyone's hearts. It's not just chaos, it's emotional exhaustion that seeps through every clip. The saddest part is, it's starting to show in the children's behavior. In one recent video, Stephanie's daughter, Addie, was caught speaking to her brother with this sharp, commanding tone, demanding he give their younger sibling a snack because she had already told him to. It wasn't just the words, it was the body language. The squared shoulders, the raised chin, the tight jaw. All of it was a direct mirror of her mother. Fans noticed it immediately. Comment sections filled with people saying it felt like watching a miniature version of Stephanie in action. It wasn't a child being sassy, it was a child imitating what she's learned from living in tension all the time. Fans started pointing out the shift, how quickly the mother-son bond seemed to fade the second a new baby entered the picture. One day he's her whole world, the next he's, well, barely there. And you'd think people would be exaggerating, but nope, clip after clip paints a pretty clear picture. It's the classic story of a once doted-on child being quietly pushed aside when a new sibling arrives. And when you watch enough of these videos back to back, it's alarming how obvious that emotional distance becomes. So when Addie's attitude started making waves online, that's when things took another turn. People began attacking Addie for being rude or bossy, but what's wild is that the real ones online weren't blaming her. They were pointing at Stephanie. Because let's be real, kids don't just wake up one day with that kind of energy out of nowhere. They learn it. They absorb it. Children are like mirrors. They reflect exactly what they see. And in that household, what they've seen is a lot of coldness, a lot of control, and almost no warmth. When viewers called Addie's behavior out, others jumped in fast to defend her, saying this wasn't about the child, it was a symptom of her environment. And they were right, because when a child grows up surrounded by hostility, they start copying it. For them, that's normal. It's not rebellion, it's learned behavior. But the part that made fans' blood boil?
Is that possibly a blade? That?
Time and time again, we've seen it before. We knew they was doing rugs, but now you can see it clear. That lady was spot on, because I seen the razor. I talked about the razor, the blade, but I did not know anything about the baggie. I did not catch the little blue baggie. Yes, paraphernalia in reach of the children. Everybody uses that bathroom. Everybody got access. That's very negligent, very unfit. And they definitely need to get them babies out of that hotel, motel, holiday inn, shelter, whatever you want to call it. Them parents are not parenting at this time. And that's exactly what's been going on in a motel, holiday inn, shelter. Because if I would have had the virality, if I would have taken off, blew up as a mother of 5, family of 7, my family would never be in a hotel for over 569 days like we are right now. I would have took my first $2,000-$3,000, put down on a place already. I would have already had a big car. I would have already been doing something productive.
So the resilient Jenkins posted a cleaning video the other day and people noticed some very concerning things. So let's talk about it. Now, in this cleaning video, Drew is in the bathroom picking stuff up and you can clearly see a razor blade and some other things. Now, from the live streams, they have made it very clear that they go into the bathroom to do things. Stephanie taking her purse into the bathroom and being in there for quite a while. And then them switching off. Drew goes in the bathroom and she takes over the live. If you want to see what I'm talking about though, I will upload the pictures to my Snap and I'll have my Snap somewhere on the screen. I feel like on TikTok I have to be so like friendly on here. I feel like I can speak my mind more on the matter there without being flagged.
When Addie was acting out in that video, Stephanie didn't even react. Not a look, not a word, absolute silence. No correction, no guidance. Just that same detached stare as if she couldn't be bothered. And to the internet, that silence screamed louder than any words could. People remembered it instantly. This wasn't new behavior. We've seen Stephanie snap at her kids during live streams, roll her eyes mid-conversation, sigh deeply when they talk to her, even mutter under her breath as if her own children annoy her. There was literally a moment where she scolded Addie because she wanted to help care for her younger sister, telling her to stop acting like a parent on camera. And fans couldn't believe it. Imagine being a child and being told you're wrong for showing love. It's not discipline, it's humiliation in front of thousands. And the most chilling part, the kids are starting to treat each other the same way. Viewers have noticed it. The tone, the body language, even the strange way they talk to their little brother Atlas. There's one clip that has burned itself into people's memories. The two girls trying to get Atlas to dance in front of the camera. Instead of giggles and playtime, it felt transactional. They called his name, cheered when he did as told, and handed him snacks like rewards. The whole thing had this eerie, uncomfortable vibe, almost like they were managing him, not playing with him. You could feel the collective shock from viewers. Thousands of people sitting behind their screens, quietly whispering, "What are we even watching right now?" That moment became symbolic of something bigger. It wasn't just a cute family clip gone wrong. It was evidence of how deep the dysfunction runs. Affection in that house has turned into performance. Every smile is rewarded, every wrong move ignored, and love feels like something you have to earn. And in the middle of all this chaos sits Atlas, the quietest, most forgotten one of all. Reports say Atlas is nonverbal, and instead of nurturing his speech, Stephanie speaks to him in short, clipped commands like sit, stay, or good boy. Viewers couldn't even stomach it. People said watching those clips didn't feel like seeing a mother with her child. It felt like watching someone talk to a pet. Imagine being a little kid, desperate to communicate, and all you get back is commands. It's heartbreaking. That's when the gossip stopped being entertaining and started feeling heavy, because under all the chaos, the filters, and the content, you realize there's a real child learning that attention only comes when he performs for an audience. This boy spends most of his time in a small motel room, barely going outside.